Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's tarot card of the day, the start of a new journey, as you're just getting out of the world tree, is the Three of Stones and creativity. So yesterday we talked about that world tree. You walked up to it, you opened up the door after an 82-day journey on healing yourself. And within the tree, you feel this glowing ambience. You can feel the pulsating of the roots. You can feel the aliveness of the leaves. The greenness, and you can feel the wisdom of what the world tree has. And as you're sitting in, as you're passing through, getting ready to go through, the other door on the other side, you feel that the universe is with you. Okay, and it's always with you, but within the world tree ambiance, it's with you even more. And it's calling you as a creative artist to listen to your inner voice. Okay, you are inside this tree, and the tree is letting you know, listen to what Spirit has for you, listen to what universe has for you. All right, and then meditate on that energy and get in the flow of creativity. Now, this is also a card of collaboration. So, looking at the Three of Stones, the green woman, she's got her hand on the Auroch, which is, it's Taurus as the bull. And she also got her hand on the horse, right? And the horse is that Knight of Stones. Now, the Knight of Stones is slow-moving energy, all right? Knights are those fighters, tacticians. Stones all about stability. So, as you're thinking about the creativity of, let's say it's stability in finances and materialism, the horse is letting you know, let's take our time. Let's make sure that we, watch our steps as we're going by, and, allowing that creative endeavor to flow within the finances or materialism. And, as you start thinking about different ways of being creative, there's, springtime's here. Maybe it's a good time for, a garage sale. Maybe you've been painting all winter, on a canvas, and maybe it's time to sell some of those paintings, all right? Or sewing or pottery or something like that. So the creativity can be with, working on something that's very artistic. It could also be thinking of opportunities to be creative with your flow of materialism, with your flow of security, with your flow of, finances, and just giving it to the universe, taking that time to sit down and just meditate and listen to what the universe has to say. Maybe it's something as simple as save a nickel a day. Okay, can't save pennies anymore; they're outlawed, right? But you become inspired by that creative energy, okay? And what that does is that helps heal and nourishes you on this journey. As far as healing, I really don't think there's more healing to go through, as we walk through this world tree, because you're kind of getting washed, okay, with everything. Your soul's getting washed. The balance of that energy, the negative energy, it's like going through a Reiki energy healing session. Everything's getting flushed out. Okay, so drink lots of water. And, the spiritual relationship that you have during this creative flow, allows you to be one with the universe. So let's think about that, within a relationship. Being creative and having those spiritual relationships with that significant other, okay, and just understanding where they're coming from and just being creative and just keeping that stability going, right? Being creative in, maybe it's making lunch or dinner or breakfast for each other, every other day, right? To where, that helps the relationship, but spiritually it bonds you even more. If you look at it in a career setting, right, that spiritual relationship that you want to have is, being empowered, all right, to continue doing what you're doing, having that collaboration with others to get, maybe others from different departments to get different, tasks done throughout the day, okay? And then when you can come back to, you know, your little cubicle or whatever, you can look at it and say, you know what, that was the right thing to do. Okay, you don't question what Spirit has for you. Same thing within the group setting. Okay, your social networks, right? You develop those special relationships with other people, and you share information with everybody. All right, when you start being creative with somebody else, that opens up the spiritual relationship between the two of you. And, you know, maybe you go into business together. All right, maybe you collaborate on an idea, things of that nature. And then obviously spiritually, you know, if you are creative within your own spiritual walk, you know, maybe it's doing something like this, putting something out on YouTube or a blog or a video blog, you know, or a podcast, doing things of that nature where you can talk about what's going on in your life that may be relatable to others. Maybe it's teaching a course. Maybe it's creating a course, right? Different things on that nature where once you get into the flow and the universe starts guiding you, that's where you start strengthening that spiritual relationship between you and that object that you want to continue to grow. And artistic beauty takes on different forms, all right? You know, and, you know, sometimes that can be as simple as, you know, simple art. You know, other times it could be something that's very abstract where, you know, only you are being guided, okay? And once you understand what that flow is, you're going to be able to understand, you know, where Spirit is leading you on this next path. And that energy is being put into the work that you're doing. And that artistic work could be simple as, you know, putting a candle out for that loved one, or, you know, going to work and, you know, having that creative flow of, you know, giving direction to get tasks done, things of that nature. So you're putting that energy into that task. That's what it is. And when it comes back out, it's something meaningful. It's something, you know, solid, like those two rocks that, you know, she's got her hands on. And, you know, and once it's created, then it's enjoyed by others. All right. And that's where you get that grounded energy around that object or that task. Okay. So that's today's card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck, the Three of Stones and Creativity. Still within the ambiance of the World Tree, I feel. So let's see where this next journey takes us, and, you know, whether it's 10 days or 82 days. And let's enjoy it while we're at it. So, you know, like I said, Three of Stones, Creativity out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with others. Give me a thumbs up. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care. God bless. And stay safe, everybody.